I'm Louise McSharry, live at Electric Picnic, and I'm here with Kwabs. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
You are so welcome. And did you just arrive at Electric Picnic?
Yeah, just like literally an hour ago.
And you're presumably flying all over the place, doing loads of gigs at the moment.
Yeah, we've been traveling everywhere. Loads in Germany, Austria, everywhere it feels like, and it feels good to be like back on the other side of the channel.
Right. Very good. Yeah, close to home. So it's an exciting time for you. Your album is coming out next week. What kind of emotions are you feeling about that?
It doesn't feel quite real yet. I suppose it will feel real next Friday.
Yeah.
But for the moment, it's just all a bizarreness. It's been so long making it that I'm almost don't really know what to do with the fact that it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of become surreal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because there's been a bit of buzz about you for a good while, and you've done some really cool collaborations. You're on the new Disclosure record. You know, your new song has Fetty Wap on it, which is pretty cool. And you were in the BBC Sound of 2015 poll. Does that add pressure, that kind of stuff?
I guess you could call it pressure, but then I quite like pressure. I feel like it makes me work harder, you know, and I wouldn't be in this if I didn't feel like I wanted to be seen to be doing something that is good, you know. And I feel like all of that stuff, you know, the BBC Sound in 2015, you know, the fact that, you know, Disclosure got in contact, it's all kind of affirmation of the idea that stuff is going in the right direction, and that's the best encouragement that I can get.
Yeah. And so how did it start for you with music?
Well, I've been singing forever. And then
yeah, as we were sitting here, you were singing away. I feel like that's just kind of who you are.
It is who I am. It's like it kind of makes up every kind of atom of who I am, and I wouldn't be the same without it. Music is kind of my saving grace as much as it is my hobby. But for
what do you mean by that?
It's just like, you know, where everyone has a way of expressing themselves. Self-expression is really important to all of us as a means of just sometimes letting go of emotions, or just so that we can be heard. And, you know, I feel like it's no coincidence that my way of being heard was through my voice. And once I found that, a lot of me expressing myself became a lot more easy.
Right.
And I feel like it's good for someone, you know, especially as they're growing up, to have something that they know that they're good at.
Yeah.
And that they can use to express themselves. I think, you know, that it kind of killed two birds with one stone for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been singing all my life. It was only when I got into secondary school and kind of people started to hear my voice that I kind of started to kind of, you know, take it more seriously, do lessons and stuff like that, and join choirs and all that business. I was like really into like the choral tradition, and then I started to learn piano and stuff like that. And then I ended up going to do jazz at a big music college in London. The Royal Academy of Music.
Jazz singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Which is, you know, it's cool. And I was there for 4 years, which is like, it was a long, intense time, but it was really worth it. But I got to a stage where I just felt like I wanted to sing my own songs, you know. I feel like people have been saying it for long enough. You know, oh, you should be an artist, you should do your thing. And I'd always poo-pooed it because I thought I could do something else, or wanted to do something else, but it found me.
Yeah.
You know?
It's kind of funny because it's, you know, I think a lot of people would think that to be a successful musician singing your own songs, like that would be the biggest challenge, but you were kind of going, no, I want to do this other hard thing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I just felt like I needed to graft at something else before I had something to say, you know.
Yeah.
Lived a bit more life. I mean, I was signed when I was 22, which I guess might be quite late in the day for some people. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you think of it, like in the grand scheme of things, that's insane. The idea that being signed at 22 is late, because it's really not.
Yeah. No,
I mean, it's just that we live in a world where pop stars are 14 now, which I think is mental.
It is mental. But I'm so glad that I did, because I feel like I know so much more about who I am and what it is I want from this. And I can make the right decisions the first time round. So yeah, and I've had an awesome ride. This has definitely ended up being the best thing I've ever done. Is like putting up those first couple of videos and and then just making my first steps into being a singer-songwriter.
And do you like all the stuff that goes with it, like this kind of thing, you know, sitting down, having the chats? And we were talking before about now, these days, you know, people who work in media, in my job, in your job, in all jobs, you're kind of expected to be a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And do you enjoy that, or is that kind of extra stuff that you could do without?
No, I think it's, you know, it all comes out of, most of the extra stuff comes out of a genuine interest.
Yeah.
People, you know, when I talk to you, I get the sense that you are interested, maybe, or I you know, to some extent about what it is that's going
liar.
on.
No, I'm interested.
But you know, I think that's you know, that's the beauty of this, is that, you know, you do something that people are engaging with, and then you get to tell your side of the story about it. You know, they have one perspective, and then you get to fill in the gaps and make it an even richer and more interesting story.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoy your gig later.
Thank you.
It was lovely to meet you, and best of luck with the album. What's the name of the album again?
Love and War.
Love and War, of course. And it's out September 11th.
Yeah.
So best of luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Kwabs.
Cheers.